I always love to go on stage and face off against a masked version of myself.
Same.
It's the only way to get things done. The only way to have a true battle within yourself.
Get that pep talk you need.
Sure. And then you get to look cool in a mask.
Yeah!
That's the way to do things. Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Jared Now Watch Love Live, Nijigasaki High School Idol Club. I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Allen Ladium.
Hello.
And we are here to discuss Season 1, Episode number 8.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Shizuku Monochrome.
Mm-hmm.
There really wasn't any monochrome in this episode.
Yes, it was. Black and white, her outfits.
No, but there was no, full black and white.
Oh, well, I didn't expect that.
How dare they? False advertisement, I am suing. Going to get all the money. But no, you were right. There were the entire stage part, which we referenced in the very beginning. We saw Shizuku in a white dress and a black dress. Da-da-da. Everything's black and white. Da-da-da. No shades of gray here.
Oh my god.
0. So yeah, we begin the episode and it's basically that, where Shizuku's on stage and essentially performing in a play, presumably, and then she's in a white dress and everything, and then she's like, "Oh, I want to be able to sing. I want to be your ideal heroine."
Yeah.
It's like, hey, that's the name of your one song.
Yeah, that's what I even texted you. It was like, hey, that's the name of her first song.
And then this black dress version of her with a mask shows up, and it's like, yeah, but you can't, because you don't know how to show yourself to people. And like, no.
I have failed.
After that, we go back to the present. Everyone's getting their photos taken. There's also the newspaper club, or just the newspaper folks are here. They're doing interviews with everyone, getting the hot scoops about the idol club. They interview Shizuku, and they're like, "Hey, what do you want to be as an idol?" And Shizuku's like, "I want to be everyone's ideal idol." And they're like, "Huh?"
Or I want to play everyone's.
What do you mean by that? And she's like, "Well, I just want to, figure out what everyone likes and just be that for them." And they're like, "Okay." I guess that makes sense because you're in the drama club as well, so we'll just go with that. Can we fix this in post? Can we fix this in editing? Okay, yeah, we can. Okay, cool. Yeah, great quote. Thanks for talking to us.
Like, oh god, she's delusional.
How are we gonna run with this? They also mentioned that she's starring in a big play that they're doing with another school, a joint drama venture. Essentially, it's another school that's one of the other normal schools from School Idol Festival. So yeah, they make mention of that, and then I think after this we see the scene where Shizuku's with the drama club president. The drama club president's like, "Yeah, we're replacing you in the role."
Yeah, you're out.
She's like, "Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?"
She's like, "I thought you could do this because you're in the school idol club, but no, you can't.
You can't do this." And she's like, "But let me try again. I can do it again. Let me try again. I can fix this. It'll be okay. Everything will be fine. No worries. They're like, yes, jingle jangle. Indeed. It's exactly how they go.
He had to contribute.
He did.
Thanks, Max.
So I think we see Shizuku practicing at one point where Kasumi sees her, and Kasumi's like,
and she's really, really off, and Kasumi's like, huh, okay, interesting. And then she sees it the next day and everything seems normal. She's like, okay, maybe everything's fine. And especially when they're going through the newspaper and reading through it, and they're all like, yay, this is exciting. And then they turn the page like, oh, look, there's this entire piece about you and acting. She just goes white-faced and Kasumi's like, okay, maybe not. Maybe everything is not fine.
Yeah. She's especially she's keeping an eye on Shizuku throughout this entire part, like you said, where they look through the idol club part and everything seems fine. Then we get to the drama part, and it's like, warning lights, warning lights, warning lights. So the next day, yes, the next day she basically calls upon some of the other first years. I don't know if her and Rina are in the same class or not, but she just shows up in her classroom and is like, "All right, gals, something's up with Shizuku. We gotta figure out what's going on with her. She seems real down. We gotta figure this out. We gotta get her back happy and everything. Get her on the good path. We're gonna kidnap her."
The other girls are like, yeah, so I hear there's another audition happening. Like, I heard that she lost the role.
They're like, "Oh no."
Well, that explains things.
Dang. Also, like, she asks Rena about it, and Rena's like, maybe she was upset, maybe not. I don't really know. I didn't really pay that much attention. I guess.
Oh, Rena.
So Shizuku is off kind of doing her own thing, and then she gets kidnapped.
Which I mentioned it to you. It was like, Kasumi's a really good friend. Like, she's a really, really good friend. She realizes that something's wrong, and she's like, okay, well, time to stuff you full of pancakes and also take you shopping. And, like, I'm going to distract you all day long, and it's going to be great.
Mm-hmm. It's also good because, like, this is the first time we actually get to see, like...
First year bonding?
Well, any year bonding.
That's true.
Because we haven't really had that at all throughout this entire series so far, because everything's kind of just been more individualized or, like, two people, per se. This is the first time we actually get like, oh, here's the first year's bonding, or like the blank year's bonding, I should say. So yeah, like Kasumi is like, all right, we're gonna go eat pancakes. We're gonna go look around some shops and everything.
Pancake challenge.
Do the pancake challenge.
They look good though.
It's Operation Make Shizuku Feel Better, essentially, for the rest of the day.
Yep. And she sees a poster and it says Audrey. That's the name of her second single.
Yes. Rina comes up to her and is like, so do you like old movies or something? Like, you're staring at this poster real intently. And she's like, yeah, I guess. And Rina's like, oh, okay, cool. That's neat. She's like, yeah, but sometimes, like, people don't like that. So, like, they look weird to me. And it's like, oh, gosh, never mind. Just, it's fine. Everything's fine. And then Kasumi's like, why are you not happy? Be happy. We got to get a smile on your face. Come on, let's be happy. Happy.
She's like, I gotta go.
And then she runs off.
Question.
Answer.
The poster, there was, like, is it supposed to be something specific? Because I was looking at it and there's a person on there that looks very, very similar to Lucille Ball. And so I was wondering if, like, maybe it's just, like, older Hollywood stars, which would make Audrey make sense because Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah.
Like, is that what you got from that, or is it something else you got from it?
I feel like that would make the most sense.
Okay. I was thinking, like,
because I don't think it was, like, anything, like, it wasn't, like, something they were, like, I mean, to be fair, like, I'm not an expert in old movie posters, so I don't know if, like, this was something they were parodying.
Yeah.
But, obviously they were going for that old, like, Hollywood motif, that aesthetic, that feel, so I would assume that's basically kind of what they were going for in terms of, like, modeling the characters on that poster after, like, maybe older Hollywood stars, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. I was just, when I saw that, I was like, holy crap, that looks a lot like Lucille Ball in the bottom right corner. Interesting. Yeah. And, like, that's not accidental. Like, you don't accidentally make somebody look like Lucille Ball.
Right.
So, and I mean, it makes sense. Like, if she's into older stuff, like 40s, 50s, 60s, Hollywood would be something she'd be into.
Right.
And I don't know the lyrics to Audrey, but I don't know if it, like, makes any kind of reference to old Hollywood. The performance definitely does.
Yes.
The performance is basically straight out of, like, Singing in the Rain for a bit.
She gets that big umbrella.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. She runs off. She's very sad.
She is very sad. Let me see if there is anything in the lyrics while we're doing that. Yeah, so she runs off, feeling very sad. I don't know. As I'm glancing through these lyrics, I don't think so, but I don't know.
Of Audrey?
Yeah. Like, I don't think it's, like, very, like, it's, like, a super there's, like, no, like, super specific reference or anything in there, so.
Yeah.
It's just basically what you would infer.
Okay.
but yeah, she runs off and like sits down and is just like, I can't show people who I really am. They're gonna think I'm real weird and things. Like I just can't do it. I can't do this. It's like has like a mental breakdown for a hot second. And again, like we have like another interspersing of like the scene from the beginning where like this black dress version of herself is just like, you want to be able to do this, you have to you have to let people see who you really are. Like if you can't do that, you're not going to be able to do what you want. Like in order to really like achieve your goals, you have to let people in, let people see who the real you is. While the white dress version is like, I can't.
The wiki does say the title of the song and the mentions of Audrey in the lyrics likely refer to British actress and humanitarian Audrey Hepburn.
Well, I mean, like anyone could see that.
Yeah, but
that's like the most obvious thing.
I'm just saying that I think that that's what they were going for.
I mean, yes, of course, but like it's not. There's nothing like in there that's like hyper specific. Like, oh yes, this is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, yeah, from the title of the song and from who Shizuku is, like, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, she has a moment in her head. I did like these interstitial moments where she has this battle within herself. Like, obviously, we were making reference to, like, it's very Persona-esque.
Yeah, like, she yells, like, accept me at one point.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man.
Of, like, the battle of, like, within yourself, of, like, trying to figure out your true self and all that sort of stuff that the Persona games have all gone through and everything. But, like, I really like this as, like, I mean, I don't know, you'd probably be able to speak more to this, but, like, as a representation of, like, anxiety and depression. As like a way, like I think more like anxiety in particular because of like, you know, she has all these anxieties about like, you know, I want people to like me and everything, but like if they know like the true me, they're all gonna think I'm like weird and everything, so I have to like hide all this sort of stuff and everything. But like there's this other version of herself as like, you have to like figure out a way to let people see this side of you, because if not, you're going to be in this constant spiral of, you know, wanting people to know who you really are, but you can't let them in because you think everyone's going to be weirded out by you because you have these stranger quote unquote interests and everything.
Yeah.
But also, like, you know, you have this like block on yourself because you can't let people in, essentially.
My inner anxiety voice is a lot more aggressive and scary.
Yeah. I mean, I think they were kind of going for that. Like, it's not like Shizuku's isn't like as, you know, overtly aggressive per se, essentially. Yeah. Like, obviously, but also like it kind of falls into like the villainy type trope where it's like, you know, it's wearing the black dress, it's got this mask that doesn't show who they really are and everything, and it's very kind of just like, this is what you have to do. You know, you have to accept me in order to get better. So like, I mean, I guess it kind of is a little bit aggressive, but like it's not like probably the same as yours, but like,
yeah, not as aggressive as mine, but yeah, I it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It fits, and it's an interesting thing because, you know, growing up as somebody who has I was gonna say had, and then I'm like, wait, it never went away.
No.
Anxiety, and also someone who has interests that are not as accepted in certain circles, especially in very small southern town circles.
Right.
Like it was a real thing of like, oh God, like very Elsa conceal don't feel type thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Shizuku would appreciate that whole Elsa song.
Like, oh, this is nice.
I want to sing this all the time.
So yeah, Shizuku kind of like starts spiraling a bit, where like she keeps trying to like figure things out. Like we see some like interstitials of the rest of the Idol Club trying to like essentially like create a costume for her for the play and everything, or at least some accessories and whatnot. And Kasumi's like out on the hunt trying to find her. Eventually finds her like in a classroom, and like Shizuku's like doing like tongue twisters essentially.
Yep.
And it's just like real bummed out, and Kasumi's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you being all sad? Come on,
get it together.
can't be all sad." She like puts her face like next to her face, and she's like, "I'm okay, it's all right." She's like, "No, your eyes are all puffy. You can't be hiding this from me. I know you're not feeling all right. Stop lying to me."
This whole time I was like, "Oh God, personal space," because she is like
Kasumi has
right.
no
No,
reservations for personal space.
she is like right up on her multiple times. It's like ah.
So Kasumi's kind of just like, what's the deal with Shizuku? Where
Talk
she's kind
to
of
me.
like, yeah, she's like, hey, like we're all friends here. Like, if you're feeling bad and everything, just talk to me about this. Like, I want to understand what you're going through. I want to be able to help you out and all this sort of stuff. Like, that's what we're supposed to be able to do with each other. And Shizuku finally is like able to kind of talk about,
Basically what we've been saying, that
what we've been saying. Yeah.
she can't express her real self, that like she had this interest in old films and the people thought that was weird, so she like has just been kind of hiding that part of herself, and that she's afraid that people won't like her.
Mm-hmm.
And Kasumi's response is, well, not everybody thinks that I'm cute.
Well, also she's like, the reason she got into acting was because like, oh, I was able to be like this person that people would want me to be.
Yeah.
And like that made me feel a little bit better, but like it didn't even though I've been doing this over and over for years and years now, like it's basically kind of like a very little band-aid over the problem. Like this isn't helping me, but like it gives me like a little bit of like relief in terms of like dealing with everything. So like it's not like the super fixer that she thought I was originally going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Kasumi's like, well, not everyone thinks I'm cute. You haven't told me that I'm cute. What do you think? Am I cute or not? And
again,
like,
right up in her space.
I guess you're cute. And she's like, all right, see, that wasn't that hard. See, now you're feeling great yet. Yay! You said something nice to me. And then Kasumi kind of just goes on this rant, just being like, look, you're great. I like everything about you. You should just have more confidence in yourself. Just feel better. Like, we all believe in you. We know you're gonna knock it out of the park in this second audition and everything. Like, everyone is backing you up. We all like, we all accept you for who you are. Like, you just gotta believe in yourself.
Believe in the me that believes in you.
Exactly. Big pep talks. It was also during the scene that I was like, oh, Shizuku is just Al. Because like everything Kasumi was saying, I was like, I feel like I've said that to Al at some point.
Yes.
This is what I've had to deal with. I was like, this is very relatable.
Oh man. Yes, you also asked me to say that you're cute a lot.
True. I'm like, well, tell me that I'm cute. Why haven't you told me that I'm cute yet?
Oh man, I didn't even think, like, I'm blushing when you said that. I didn't put that together. That's
it was one of those things I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely like I've had these conversations with Al before, like of the lack of confidence, the feeling that like, oh, people are gonna think I'm weird about this liking this sort of thing and all this sort of stuff. Like I can't let people see the real me and all this sort of stuff. Like, yeah, I'm like, yep, check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark.
That's funny. At least you don't flick me on the head.
Yeah, don't go to try and punch you and then flick you on the head. At least yet.
Although that was interesting. Like, she just like wound up for a giant punch. I was like, geez, and then she ended up flicking her in the head.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, gotta knock some sense into her.
Mm-hmm. But again, like, it's real interesting that like Kasumi is the one who's like in this role here. Because like obviously, as we've seen throughout like the rest of the show, like she's the gremlin, she's like the goofy character, and it's real good. Like we get to see like an actual like serious side to her. Like, I mean, we saw that like early on, like the episode that she was on and everything. But like this is like another like version of that serious side where like she's gonna go to bat for someone. She's like not thinking of things and like for herself and per se, but like she wants to make sure like Shizuku feels better and everything. She wants to prop her up and get her to see like the version of her that that Kasumi sees in her.
Yeah, and I mean, like I mentioned to you, like Kasumi's a real good friend. Like she was not just gonna let her sit there and like hate herself, and like that's important to have those kinds of friends. And even with the gremlinness, like, or even the gremlinness is a positive in my eyes, but um she realized like I've got to do something. Like she even like says, and it's like, I love you, Shizuku, like you got to get it together.
Yeah.
And then she gets embarrassed because she said that she loved her and ran off.
she gets embarrassed immediately after. It's like, all right, I gotta go.
Bye.
But yeah, like she and specifically because Kasumi is like immediately sees like something's up before like anyone else does, and like prior to really like all the bad stuff happening. So like, kudos to Kasumi. She's a good one. She's a good egg.
Yes, definitely.
So yeah, we go transition from that, and then we go, I think, basically straight to the play where everyone's gathering. We see some girls from the other school show up who are also. Would you be surprised that they are cards and School Idol Festival?
What?
I know, very shocking. But yeah, we get to see the joint performance and everything. The rest of the Idol Club shows up as well. They all sit together. Ayumu's like, oh gosh, I'm nervous. But everyone's very excited. Shizuku goes off and does the lead role stuff, goes through her performance, and then eventually she transitions into a song, which I guess they tied into the play as well. Her new song, Solitude Rain, where they just dump a bunch of rain on her.
A lot of rain.
And then she stops the rain.
Who will stop the rain?
Also, like, they did the whole thing, like, of, like, with the interstitials where, like, obviously it would tied into the play where, like, there is the white dress version of herself, and then there's the black dress version of herself. The black dress version of herself is, like, done by, like, the club president, or played by the club president.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they go into the song, she transforms and has, like, a white and black dress.
Yep.
To where, like, signifying, like, oh, I've accepted this other version of myself, so now I can truly let people see who I really am and everything.
So the black dress, that was the, like, club manager? Is that who that was?
Or the president or whatever.
Or the president, yeah, because like she took the wig off backstage. I was like,
yeah,
who are you? And then I think I was like, oh yeah, that's who you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that transformation to the white black dress was really cool. And I really like this song.
Yeah.
She had some sweet tights on too, with some like fun designs. She had in the song her casual outfit at one point. She
mm-hmm.
had her first single outfit.
Mm-hmm.
She had the like captain outfit for the UR,
which is also the UR you can get now on the Japanese version of All Stars.
Nice. There's something else that she had.
Oh, animal.
The animal one, yeah.
I was like, oh, it's the animal set.
Animal set. So she might have had more cards than anybody so far. Like her and Ayumu's had a lot.
Yeah.
But man, it was a cool performance, and everybody's like, yay! And Kasumi is back in the back clapping like a freaking gremlin, and I want that gif more than anything in my entire existence. I need that gif. It's so good. Legit, I was just like laughing my butt off when I saw that.
It's very good.
Yep.
That leads us into credits, and then our post credits thing is the two girls from the other school again show up, and they see like the board that had the story for the School Idol Club, and they focuses in on Karen, which obviously she's going to be our last solo focused episode, I would presume, at least.
Yep. And then who knows what comes after that?
Yeah, that's the real like interesting part, is like we're finally going to get into like the last 4 episodes where it's going to be like, where does this story go now?
Yeah.
So the true great unknown.
But first we have Karen and modeling, yes, and rivals.
Yes. So we will discuss that next time when we talk about season 1, episode number 9, called Friends But Rivals. Going to talk about some modeling.
Yay.
And a lot of other people are going to show up.
Yeah.
Like Haruka shows back up. Some of the other School Idol Festival card girls show up.
Mm-hmm.
And then other people are just like sad looking, like Emma.
Mole.
So yeah, we'll figure all that stuff out next time. But for now, if you'd like more from us, go to seasonalineandcheckup.com or sac.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Season Limit Checkup and Season Limit Checkup OVA. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you want more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/animecheckup. And buy our book, One Shining Moment, Critical Analysis of Love Life Sunshine on Amazon.com. So yeah, next time we'll figure out how to be a model.
You know, this episode gave me flashbacks of high school drama club.
Did you also have to face your true self in a mask?
No.
Well,